What's up, my friends? John Baruti here from Baruti Success. Good to see you. This week's episode, we are talking about, are you an entrepreneur just about to go through a recession? What the heck are you supposed to do? Well, let's get to it. So, you're an entrepreneur, or you're a person that's trying to become an entrepreneur and you're going into business for yourself. That's great, Sally. Now what? We're about to go into one of the worst recessions. We are in one of the worst recessions in a while. We keep hearing that day after day after day after day. And every newscast, black thing on the internet, on TV, wherever you see it, it's a disaster. I don't know what's gonna happen. The world is gonna collapse. Well, Carl, I'm here to tell you it could be true. My belief, we've been in a recession since July 2022. Why do I believe that? I don't know. I went to business school and they told us 2 quarters of poopy GDP is a recession. That's what we taught. That's what we learned. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to change things. And, listen, we're in bizarro world. So my view, recession since July. Does it matter? No, Carl, it doesn't matter, because we are either in a recession or going into a recession. No matter what, that's indisputable. Yes, it's gonna happen, or it is happening, or whatever. It's gonna be poopy in the next couple of years. It just is. So, as an entrepreneur in business, or a person going into business and wanting to be an entrepreneur, what do I do, John? What do? I don't get it. It's scary. I think I should just throw in the towel now. Calm down back there, Stacy. Just look at me. It's gonna be tough, but you need to do things. You can't just be doing things as usual. You can't. The last 10 years have been insane with growth and government throwing money at us and, don't worry about it. COVID, here's a couple $1 million to keep your business open for a few more days. Just what it was. Okay, those days are over. We gotta go old school, okay? We gotta go back, way back. Sorry. I love doing that, love it, I know. Okay. But we have to do what we have to do to stay in business. And the things I'm gonna discuss today are going to help you. They've helped me. So, as you know, as you don't know, I was in business for 30 years. I think it was 30 years exactly, okay? And before I was in business for 30 years, my parents were in business for 15 years or whatever before that. So I have a optic of being in business for 6 recessions. Yes. I was in business for 3 of those recessions. So I saw my parents go through it, the ups, the downs. I saw my businesses go through it, the ups, the downs. Thank God everybody got through it. Parents got through it. I got through it. Harrowing at times, which means poopy, okay? And I learned some things. Did I do the perfect thing to get through them? No, George, I didn't. I floundered, like many people do. But what I have now is the foresight and the experience to hopefully tell you what I did and didn't do, so you can get through the next recession. So let's get into it. Okay, first and foremost, and you're gonna be like, John, that's so obvious. Sally, stop it. Yes, things in life and in business are obvious until we have a secondary voice explain them to us, and then all of a sudden, me included, the light bulb goes on and goes, yeah, I should have done that. So listen, don't speak, because I didn't listen many times. I just wanted to do. So let's listen to reason and let's get through it, okay? So, know your numbers. What does that mean, John? Well, if you ever watched Shark Tank, right? These guys obliterate you if you don't know your numbers. And why do they obliterate you for that? Because, Carl, you can't run a business by the seat of your pants. You need your analysis. You need your numbers to know what's working, what's not working, what did work, what isn't working. Where should we put our attention, right? And you know that by profit and loss statements, right? You know that by analyzing sales. You know that by analyzing your cash flow. Now, ideally, you should not do this on your own. Ideally, you should do this. Hopefully you have a bookkeeper. Bring him or her in. Sit down with them. But even more so, with your bookkeeper, sit down with a professional, right? A CPA, an accountant. If you have a company big enough and you have a CFO, terrific. Sit down with a CFO. Have a meeting of the top tier C-suite people and go over your numbers. And what you're looking for is basically pitfalls, right? Is cash running too low? Are we spending money on trivial things? Should we double down on X instead of Y? Have our sales decreased? Have they increased? Has our income, net income, decreased? Has that increased? Inflation has been insane. Where are our costs as opposed to the last time we looked at them? If you're in a food business, what are my food costs? If you're in a manufacturing business, what is my cost of goods? All these things matter. And they matter for decision making, good decision making, right? So you need to sit down with the top people that take care of your numbers, if you have that in your company. Listen, Carl, I get it if you're your only guy in a landscaping business. No worries. You don't have a CFO. You don't have a bookkeeper. I get it. So it should be you and your accountant sitting down and looking at your numbers. Now, you might say to me, John, I do TurboTax. I don't go to an accountant. Well, Carl, I'm here to explain to you, don't do that. Okay? If you want to be serious about your business, I understand you tried to save your $600 by doing TurboTax and not going to an accountant to do a business return. I get that. Understand it. And even if you're not an LLC, C Corp, or some other sort of LP, limited partnership, you're just an entrepreneur and you're just filing your taxes. Well, Carl, that's great. You're not optimizing your expenses, right? You're not optimizing the business, the whole point of being in business. So, not to get on a rant, I won't do that. Go get yourself an accountant. Go to your other business friends in around your surroundings and ask them, who do you use as an accountant in your business? How are they? How long have you been using them? Are they just a tax preparer, or you sit down and you've talked to them? Find the guy or gal, that CPA, that people sit down and strategically plan with. That's who you want. Yes, you might have to pay a little more. Yes, this took me a long time. I didn't want to pay, right? But here's the dig. Yeah, did I go to fancy schmancy Seton Hall and, had a finance degree? Yeah. Was I an accountant? No. And even if I was an accountant, right? I don't have the expertise of doing this stuff every single day, knowing what analysis matters, knowing what ratios matter. I'm operating a business here, people, right? Go to the professional. Sit down. Discuss what should we be looking at? What reports do we need to know? What numbers are important? Then culminate those numbers and dissect them with a fine-tooth comb or magnifying glass, okay? I can't express how important it is to know your numbers. Now, rolling into that, right? Knowing your numbers is very important. Now you have to analyze your reports. Now, analyzing your revenue, sure. Analyzing your net income, sure. But also your sales reports, right? Let's say you're in let's say you sell widgets, right? And you have 10 SKUs, 10 widgets. And there's 2 widgets that just really lackluster, right? You're putting money after it, you're making them or you're buying them, and they're on the bottom of the list of sales revenue. You need a report to tell you that, first of all. Second of all, get rid of them. See ya. Gotta go now. Bye. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you gotta kill it. Now, a lot of us as entrepreneurs say, well, more choice is better. No. People want to buy great things, okay? When you keep things around, and this can be, again, if you're a restaurant, it could be menu items. If you're a manufacturer, it could be your widgets. If you are in a service business, it could be a service you offer that nobody's buying, right? But you keep putting it on all of your sales information, and it's cluttering it up. Nobody's buying it. Get rid of it. Take it off. Don't expend your mind to even have it on your sales sheet, right? This is a time, my friends, that you have to get as lean and as profitable as possible to get through the next few years. Again, been through it, very aware of it. You do not want to be putting good money in bad places, okay? And your reports, your analysis of your reports and your sales and and everything in your company is important, okay? So get together with that person, accountant, CFO, bookkeeper, and let's work on getting the numbers and then analyzing the numbers, because they're two different things. You can get numbers, look at them, okay, but then you got to figure out, what do they mean? What do I get from this? Okay, great, I have this report, but how should I pivot from this report? Well, having a second set of ears and eyes that has helped other businesses look at important and non-important things, they'll help you. Okay, that's why it's super important to have another, and I'm not going to call them a mentor. I'm going to call them part of your team, because even if they're not a full-time accountant on your staff, they're your guy that you go to taxes. It's important to have that second set of eyes. Okay, next, be nimble. Yes, nimble. I like that word, nimble. Okay, so some of the very large companies have issues getting through these times because they're not nimble. It's like taking a big, gigantic ship, right, and trying to turn it. You can't turn it. You're doing this on the wheel, you're doing this, and that puppy just keeps going straight. That's not nimble. As a small entrepreneur, or as in a large company that knows how to be nimble, difference, right? Being nimble is important. Knowing the things that work and doubling down on those, and knowing the things that don't work. Remember, we just came from our numbers and analysis. Knowing the things that don't work and slashing them, stopping them immediately. This is being nimble. This is a very important thing in the next 2 years, because doing things fast that don't work, cutting them out fast, is going to save you thousands of dollars, right? Because you cut them out. This is cash flow that's going out the door because it's not working, right? Don't be stubborn. Don't say, no, I'm going to make the customers. No, nobody wants it. Carl, nobody wants it. Cut it. Stop it. Okay? And double down on the things that are working. Double down on those. Make them more profitable. Put it big, bold letters in your marketing. Send it right there. Shove it down people. Say, look, people love this. You got to love it. And double down on it. I know I'm making fun, but I'm being serious. Double down on the things that are working, kill the things that are not. Be nimble. It is a very, very important thing of being a small business, right? That's our advantage, being nimble. Okay? Next, get lean. Okay, I'm a little heavy, but I'm sure I'm working on it. No, listen, stop it. Get lean. What does that mean? Okay. Everybody's knee-jerk reaction during a recession or slowing times is, cut it, stop it. You're fired. You're fired. Everybody's fired. I'll do it myself. No, George. No. Cutting is important. Getting rid of the fat is so important. Getting lean is not running scared. Getting lean means that there's fat on the bone, we have to trim it, right? We have to operate smartly. Let me walk you through that. So you have to strategically get your staff to be more productive. Now, you look at me and you say, John, we operate this way for the last 3 years, 30 years, or whatever. How do I get them to be, more productive? Well, it's not easy. I'm going to be honest with you. So you need their help. You can't just, go in there and say, Bob, you're fired. George, you're fired. Sally, I kind of like you. You could stay. Charlotte, not so much. You can't do that. What you need to do is have a meeting. And you need to explain, okay, guys and gals, things are not good. Or let's say things are good. Things are going terrific. But we all hear the news. We all see what's going on out there. we know that we're in for tough times. Or the reverse. I know, guys, things have not been great around here. And they're only going to get worse. So my job as the owner is to prepare us for that so everybody gets out of this alive, basically. Now, are there going to be cuts? Yes, there are. Are people's jobs in jeopardy? Well, that's up to you, right? We need this company to become leaner. How do we do that? Well, I don't want to lay anybody off. So what we need to do is cut X amount of hours, right? That could mean that each person works one less day. If you're on a salary, I'm going to have to still cut a day out of your salary, okay? That keeps everybody working. That keeps the company working. And yes, it hurts. It hurts everyone, but it keeps us all available and it keeps us all working towards the same goal. So what I need from you as the employees is email me and tell me 2 to 3 things that you could do to allow you to do the same amount of work you're doing in 5 days in 4 days. And this is what I mean. So you're working 5 days a week and you're accomplishing X. I need you to accomplish X in working in 4 days. Even if you email me and say, John, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I can definitely get my workload down to 4 days. Terrific, Sally. That's awesome. Or if Joe over here goes, John, I can get myself down to 4 days if I do this, 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 and this. Awesome. I'm looking for your help. That's what I'm looking for. So in the next week, I need everybody to email me and tell me how they can get their workload, their exact same workload, down to 4 days. Okay? Now here we go. Week goes by, you have 79% of your staff email you. Let's do 80, so it's easier math for me. The 20% that didn't email you, right? Cut them immediately. They're not on the bus. They're just not. They're hoping that that this is an exercise and you're really not going to fire anybody. Well, listen, you're either on the bus or you're off the bus. This exercise will let you know who's on and who's off. Those 20% or 2 people or 20 people, immediately. Sorry, guys. I needed real feedback. You weren't well. Oh, no, I'll give it. No, Carl. You didn't give it to me when I asked for it. These times are going to call for very much efficiency, right? Certain time, certain deadline, things need to get done. You've been a great employee. Thank you very much. Now, you have cut out your fat, okay? The people that are still there are people that are on the bus, people that are all working towards the same direction. That's awesome. Now you have a working basis with the employees. Now what you have to do for these employees is you've just fired 20% of your company, right? And now you've told these people they have to work 4 days. And now you're expecting them to pick up the work of those 20 people. So now it's your job as the boss to figure out, how can I efficiently get rid of a lot of the dumb work? So a lot of the work that these people were doing was dumb work. We can automate it and systemize it. So now you have another meeting. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the great feedback. I am so happy that everybody's on the bus and we're working towards the same thing and that everybody feels they could be much more efficient. As you know, I've let go, blah, blah, blah. And that work has to be done also, but I'm not looking to burden you anymore, okay? You guys do a great job for the company. What I'm looking to do is get rid of the tasks that are stupid, right? The things that we do every single day that make no sense that we do, right? The things that you're looking at yourself and go, why am I doing this? Or the things that you're looking at yourself and saying, if we only had X software, I could do this so much faster. Or if you're a manufacturer, if I only had this piece of equipment, instead of having 4 people do it, I could have 2 people do it, right? Asking your employees for that feedback and saying, listen, you are the people that are here, you're staying, right? My goal is to make us increase business now with the same crew, right? So please don't feel that if you give me some information that tells me a piece of equipment that only needs 2 people, I'm going to fire 2. No, that's not the goal. Because after we do this, we're going to hard start marketing. okay? Which is going to bring more business in, which I need everybody to be able to handle. And if we get rid of the dumb stuff that we do by systematizing, right, and being more efficient, then we can handle the business, okay? Next week, everybody gives you suggestions. You, as the boss, need to listen to their suggestions. Now, if one of the suggestions is $1 million piece of equipment, that has to be talked about. But anything that says, John, we do this, and that. Why do we do that? I don't know. We just always did it that way. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Okay, great, Sally. Let's stop doing that. Or let's do it this way, which is that much more efficient. Okay? These are the things that you have to do to become leaner. Now that we've become leaner, we've cut the fat from the employees. We've gotten rid of the dumb tasks that we shouldn't have been doing, or we should have cut them down to a certain 1 or 2 steps instead of 7 or 8, right? Now we've gotten leaner. Now we have to get more business, right? We have to be better than everybody else in the market. How are we going to do that in a recession? I'm going to tell you, George, how you're going to do that in a recession. Over the years, we've become so accustomed to, somebody coming, you're in the yellow pages. You got to be on Facebook. Facebook's the best thing. I'm not going to disagree. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all these social medias absolutely are a terrific way to market. And if you are not marketing that way, you should definitely start. I'm not saying go and get an agency. I'm saying you should figure it out, right? And if you haven't been doing that, do it. But I'm talking about combination of old school and new school, right? And people have forgotten this. These ways of marketing have gone by the wayside. Simple flyer marketing. Simple as the owner, getting yourself a deck of business cards and going out and handwriting discounts on the back of it, and go to other businesses. Go to places that there's people. Hey, how you doing? My name's John. I own the cleaners down the street. I just wanted to stop in. I know things are tough for everybody. Maybe you're not sending dry cleaning in as much as you used to. But, I'm here. I'm a local business. I'd love your business. If you are thinking of cleaning something, here's 10%, 15%, 20% off of your next order. Come on in. We do think we've been in business for 3, 10, 15, 20 years, and I would love your business. That's it, right? You do that an hour every day or every other day, 3 times a week. Or you go and put flyers on cars, right? Hey, I'm John's Easy Landscaping Service. It's cleanup season, right? Get a special for calling me from this ad, and you'll get $100 off your cleanup for the fall. Or, I don't know, you sell fire extinguishers. I don't know. And you drop off flyers or cards at restaurants or the boardwalk or where people have, or a hair salon. Places that people buy fire extinguishers. Hey, my name's John. I have a fire extinguisher business. I know you have fire extinguishers. I don't know if your guy's been here to service them, but we're running specials on fire extinguishers, an ABC class, 15 pounds. We're running a $20 special. You can go over to Costco and get one, probably for 19 or 18, but they're not going to come here, hang it, and service it for you. Here's the card. If you want it, give me a call. Oh, Jesus. Could you do it now? Yeah, I could do it now. All right, we have 5 fire extinguishers. Can you inspect them? Sure. By the way, this one's expired. I can't do this one, but you need 5 in this establishment. Okay, give me a $20 fire extinguisher. These old school ways of guerrilla marketing work. They've worked 20 years ago. They're going to work 20 years from now. We all forget about it because why? We get so busy in our business that we don't have time. And we don't want to pay somebody to do it, nor should we. We should be out there as the owner, as the entrepreneur, getting our fingers into the neighborhoods that we live and work in and saying hi, shaking hands, kissing babies. Listen, I'm no politician, and I'm sure you're not either. You're a business person. But you need to force yourself, especially in the next 2 years, to do that. Why? Well, if I got John's Dry Cleaning, and I happen to go every 3rd day and drop off cards, and then maybe swing back to those people a month later. Hey, remember I'm John, just stopping in, seeing how you're doing, just don't forget me. When they need to do dry cleaning, who do you think they're going to go to? I go to Sally every week for dry cleaning, but John stops by, he seems like a cool dude. Let me give him some business. Yeah, Or when Sally goes out of business, right, which is going to happen, Jesus, I've been going to Sally for years for my dry cleaning. She's out of business. Oh, John came by. Let me go stop over there, okay? Even in businesses that you might think won't do well in recessions, car detailing. Do I really need to get my car detailed during a recession? No. I could go to a $5 car wash, right? But if John's terrific car dealer, detailing company comes in and says hello every few weeks or every month or so, or can I leave flyers for this at your establishment? I'll give you a free or 50% off cleaning if you would allow me to do that. Sure, that's awesome. You want me to take your car now? I'll clean it, and normally $300. I'll charge you $150. Yeah, that'd be awesome. These are the relationships and the things you need to do to get you through the next 2 years. To get you through the next 20 years, realistically, but now you have to double down on these things, right? Guerrilla marketing, taking old school flyers, business cards, putting a QR code on it. What's a QR code? You know, those little square things that you take a picture of and it brings up, some sort of advertisement. Yeah, put those on your business cards and put them on your flyer. Let that direct them to your website and then allow you to put your email in. So now you have their email, which is the best way to advertise to people in the world. You now own the email. It's yours. You have the email. You don't own the email. They own the email, but you know what I'm saying. They've given you direct access to their email, right? So you don't spam people, but now you can offer, okay, you're part of our email group. Our email group is so important to us, we call it VIP email, right? If you're part of our email group, you're going to get discounts that nobody else gets. You're going to get specials that nobody else gets. You're going to get access that nobody else gets. And be true to your word. Only give your email list the best deals possible. And remind them every time. The VIP email list is the VIP email list, 20% off this month. Only if you're in our email will you get this, right? First, what is it? Oh, okay, special. People like to be special, June. Yeah, they like to be special, first of all. Second of all, they're like, that's a pretty good, and listen, you got to cut deep with these people. These are special VIP people. You want them to open your email. Give them your jugular. I'm just telling you that. Are you going to make money? Make sure you make money on it, right? But you don't have to be making huge profits. The whole goal of this is to bring them back, to make them feel special, to say, hey, I'm part of John's detailing special group, and I can get $150 off a $300 detail. That's half. That's insane, right? Oh, I want that. Give me your no. And you go and say, oh, I want the $150 off. Oh, great. Are you part of our VIP email? No. All right. No, that's cool, Joe. Here's the website. Just go and sign up, and boom, you got $150 off. You're kidding? Yeah, just sign up to the email. You can do it right now, and I'll do your car in a couple hours. That's awesome. Okay, these are the things you need to do during a recession. You have to make yourself so valuable to customers that they don't want to go anyplace else. And if they are at another place, you want to stay in front of mind so they choose you over who they are going to. Because if they're going to somebody, here's what most businesses are going to do. They're going to cut and cut. They're going to cut their services. They're going to cut their discounts. They're going to cut everything because they're scared, right? What you need to do is be the person when that business runs scared and the customer gets pissed off that now they're running into your hands, right? Because you're thriving during this part, right? You're out there handing out product, handing out things, say, hey, I'm right down the street. Hey, this is awesome. If you're a sandwich place, making a small little sandwich thing and going to the hair salon. Why? Because the women talk. Make those freaking sandwiches the best sandwiches you've ever made. Because if they suck, they will tell people. If they're awesome and you say, hey ladies, I just want to, here's my card. We're right down the street. Just wanted to give you guys samples. If you don't mind, can I leave some of my cards or my flyers here for your clients that are looking for maybe a little catering or sandwiches or something for their kids or meals after their husbands come home? That would be great, right? If those sandwiches are awesome, you better believe that group is going to tell people, and they're going to tell their family, and they're going to come. Okay, so ran a little bit long on this marketing thing, but it's so important on actually getting out there, actually pushing, actually bringing in more business. And the only way you can handle that business by having less employees is going through the steps that I've given you. Okay, making sure you're lean, making sure everybody's on board, making sure that you've made it easier for your employees. Okay, so let's recap with a conclusion. First, know your numbers, right? Second, analyze your sales reports. 3, be nimble, okay? Be able to cut things when you need to cut them, add things when you need to add things, listen to your customers and act on it immediately, okay? Number 4, get lean, right? We don't just haphazardly cut costs and cut staff. We do it strategically, okay? We let them make the decision who's the good employees and who's the bad employees, and we cut the bad employees immediately, and we let the good employees that have stuck around, we give them the great tools to be great employees, okay? 5, automate, systematize. Again, we need to cut out the stupid tasks that we've been doing that we don't know why we do them, but we've been doing them because we've always done them, or we've been doing them because we did them over here before we came over there. Cut it all out. Ask your employees, what are the stupid things you do that you're like, you shake your head? What are the things that you think I can buy, right, reasonably to make our lives easier? Those are the things you need to automate, right? And number 6, get back to the basics of marketing. Guerrilla market. Get yourself out there. Go old school. Print up new cards. Get flyers. Use those QR codes. Mix both worlds of old school and new school advertising and get people's email and nurture them. Make them feel special. Okay? You use these tactics. I don't really like calling them tactics. You use these business sense things, and I will guarantee you will get through the next 2 years. And not only will you get through them, you're going to thrive. Right? You're going to do what the other businesses either aren't doing, don't want to do, don't understand how to do, right? That's what I did. You know, when things got bad, I was like, listen, I'm no genius, right? I made a lot of mistakes, and I should have pivoted when I didn't. I should have analyzed my numbers much better than I did. I should have analyzed sales and things to get rid of. I held on way too long. I express these things to you because I made the mistakes. And even though I made the mistakes, yeah, I still got through, being in business for 30 years. So I only implore you to listen. Am I a genius? No. These are my experience. And I hope you listen to them to become better. And I'm sure, listen, if you have a suggestion that has worked for you, put it in the comments. Say, John, I know you're saying this, but I believe that. Great. I might make a video about it. I might talk about it because I'm always learning. The thing I loved the most about being in business was I was always learning. And I always want to learn because what else is there in life? Honestly, if you're not learning, if you're not expanding your mind, life's poopy. So, for the next 2 years, there's going to be huge challenges. The economy is going to take a hit. Business is going to be very difficult. How you take on that challenge will determine how you become a better entrepreneur and how much your business either thrives or doesn't survive. Okay? Hope you loved it. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. I know my video guy, puts it up here all the time. I haven't said it enough. I probably should say it within the first 30 seconds of the video. I apologize for that. But we'll see you on the next one. Yeah. I'm gonna be a great entrepreneur. And we're gonna make a lot of money.